Hello, lovelies. Thank you for joining me here on Deep Skin. And today we're going to be going over my favorite house of perfumes, and that is Tom Ford fragrances. So please stay tuned. Here I have 5 of the fragrances that I own and I've purchased with my own money. I actually have 6 fragrances. Sorry about that. I missed one. From the house of Tom Ford. Tom Ford right now is my favorite house. I love the fact that it is unisex because I don't lean too feminine, girly scents that are fun and airy and all that type of stuff. I'm not necessarily against it because I don't think it smells bad. I just don't think it's me. When you smell something, it tends to take you to a certain place. It puts you in a certain mood, things like that. And when you think me, I tend to be like a passionate speaker, and I tend to be serious in my walk, I guess you can say. I smile a lot. I am happy. I have smile lines on my face because I smile so much. So I'm a happy person, but I tend to be very business oriented, very serious, very passionate. So when I think of myself, I don't want to seem too girly because I'm not very girly. I tend to be very business oriented and serious. So with that being said, I love the unisex scents that you can get from the house of Tom Ford. So that's why I think that I gravitate towards unisex fragrances altogether. Next, the reason why I like Tom Ford is because it has an opulent scent. Every scent that I have smelled by Tom Ford has this, I don't know, undertone of opulence, like you got $1, okay? Not just because it's Tom Ford, because no one has to know you're even wearing Tom Ford, but when they smell you, it's like they smell something that's opulent. When you smell it, you smell something that smells opulent. Just like how you can have fragrances that smell cheap, like you can tell that it's cheap, you know what I mean? You have fragrances that smell like it costs a pretty penny. And I would say that I get that when I smell Tom Ford fragrances. And so with that being said, I like that. I like the opulence. I like the unisex, and they smell so good. They smell so good. But I only have 6 fragrances. I'm not necessarily building a collection. I look at it like if I like it, I get it. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to waste my money. I'm going to be a good steward of my money. But I'm going to get it if I like it. And if I'm not crazy about it, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to say that I like every single Tom Ford fragrance because that would be a lie. But these are the ones that I do like the most and because of which I have purchased them. And I want to share them with you in case you guys are interested in purchasing Tom Ford fragrances. I want to first start with Tom Ford Ombre Leather. This is the EDP. And so that's the Eau de Parfum. And I like this one so much. It is the very first one that I purchased. I remember vividly when I went to Macy's to look at it. Ah, I love it. I love this scent. I remember vividly when I went to Macy's to take a look at it. The lady that was working behind the counter, because I went to the men's department, and the lady behind the counter absolutely hated this scent. She tried her best to sell me anything but this scent. She wasn't against Tom Ford. She just didn't like ombre leather. She didn't like the EDT, and she didn't like the EDP. She didn't like neither one of them. She said it smells like a horse's butt. It doesn't. It smells nothing like an animal at all, but it smells like leather. And so for her, the first thing that comes into her mind was, she said, Marlboro cigarettes. Do you remember the old school commercial where it was always like some cowboy riding a horse or something like that? Because they wear leather as cowboys. And so she's saying that it reminds her of that leather note that you smell if you were to have leather on a cowboy. She also likened it to a leather jacket on a motorcyclist, but all things in her opinion were kind of negative. Excuse me. When I first smelt it, I was just like, yeah, I can smell it. It smells like leather seats in the car, but with sweetness and stuff like that. And I absolutely love it. It is so good. This is my second bottle, actually. The first bottle I purchased, of course, I ran right through it. And then so I had to go and get another one. But I only wear this during the fall and winter time. And so with that being said, it tends to last a little bit even though this is my second bottle, the first bottle lasted me for about 2 years or so, I want to say, because again, I only wear it for 2 seasons. And even if it is that season, it doesn't mean that I want to smell like this every time. I find that I usually layer this scent. When I first got it, I did wear it all by itself. But then after some time, I started to like layer it with other scents. And when people smelled me, they were like, what are you wearing? They loved it. You know, like you get that ciliage, so that when you walk past a person and then you smell them, that's called ciliage. And so you have, and so you have this trail, this scent that comes behind you. And I remember my favorite combination, I want to say, was this ombre leather by Tom Ford, along with Christian Dior's Sauvage. That's what it's called. Sauvage by Christian Dior. It was another male's fragrance. I had on 2 men's fragrances and people loved it. Men loved it, of course, because they both are using men's fragrances, but even women, because women looked at it from a standpoint of, you smell serious. You smell like you're the owner of the company. You smell, but you smell good. And I only wore it to church for the most part. It was the only serious place I was going to. So I wouldn't just wear it just to go out. I wore it to church only. But people really, really liked it. And I liked it more than anything else. I like it myself, it's all about me. But I want to go over the notes that are in this particular bottle. And so for the top notes, you have cardamom, and then the middle notes, you have leather and jasmine. And then on the base notes, you have the amber, the moss, and the patchouli. And with that jasmine being in there, it gives it that scent that's more so, it brings that femininity in pretty much, making it a unisex scent. Now, I don't want to do it injustice. I don't want you to think automatically you're going to smell like leather seats if you wear this. There's a sweetness to this. And because of which, that's what makes it so unisex. And where females can wear it as well. Oh my gosh, I love this. I don't want to spray it yet because I have so many other ones I got to spray. And I don't want to mix up my nose. If you go to the Macy's website, you can actually find it on sale right now. It's originally $280 for the 5.10 ounce. And then it has a 15% off coupon, which is FALL, FALL is the coupon code. And you can get it for $238. You can get the 3.40 ounce for $204, the 1.70 ounce for $140.25, or the travel for $46.75. But that is my favorite. Maybe it's so, I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Maybe it's the closest to me because it's the very first one that I purchased from the Tom Ford line. And then once I fell in love with this, of course, I had to go in and check some other ones out as well. And so the second fragrance that I purchased is my favorite of all. This is Tom Ford's Electric Cherry. Oh my gosh. This is so good. This is my second bottle of Electric Cherry, and it's so yummy. It's so delicious. Now, this is more feminine. It might be the most feminine of all the 5 fragrances that I have. I can't see this being unisex. I could only see a female wearing this. I cannot see a man wearing this. And if he does, he would have to layer it with something else. But it smells like candy. It smells like cherry. But again, with that opulence. With that opulence added to it, as only Tom Ford does. This is the 50 ml. Let's go over some of the notes. The top notes is cherry and ginger. And you get that cherry right away. As soon as you smell it, boom, cherry in your face. The middle notes is jasmine. And then the base notes is pink pepper and bretellide and musk. It's so good. Now, Tom Ford markets it as a unisex fragrance, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see a man wearing this. But I would say that he could layer it. But if you go to the website, you will see that 77.9% females wear this scent, 3.2% males wear this scent, and only 6.5% people think it's unisex. But it is a fruity, white floral, musky scent. Mm. And this is for the spring or summer. So right now we're in the month of August. So this is a perfect scent for right now. But I would say that you might want to be careful as to how you wear it or how often you wear it because it is a pretty penny. So this is the 50 yeah, the 50 ml. Let's see how much it is over on the website at Macy's. This fragrance is also on sale, and I didn't mention that this is the EDP, but the fragrance is also on sale. And if you go for the 3.4 ounce, then you're going to be paying $522.75, and that is with the 15% off code called fall. Or if you go for the 1.7 ounce, which is what I have now, the 1.70, that is for $344.25. And then if you go for a travel, it is $221. Yes, it is a pretty penny, but it is because it is good. It is the best. Now, I know a lot of people love Lost Cherry. I don't hear a lot of people, having much to say about cherry smoke, but I know that Lost Cherry is very popular. I personally don't like it. I had it, and then I went ahead and just used it up so I can take it out of my collection. I used to have it, but it wasn't for me. Lost Cherry was not for me. It reminded me a lot more of like cinnamon and stuff like that. It reminded me a lot of Thanksgiving desserts. But it wasn't giving the way that I like. Some people are like, oh, like how I feel about this one. But it just wasn't for me. So I said I'll never invest in that one again. But this is my favorite, Electric Cherry by Tom Ford. And that was the second one I ever purchased. And then later on, I went looking again around fall time and fell in love. Mm-hmm. Now, this one reminds me a good amount of Lost Cherry, in my opinion. Maybe your nose doesn't smell it, but it's Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. And this is very masculine. Even the packaging, the bottle itself looks masculine. It's got a very masculine look to it. This one is the 3.4 ounce. I also have the smaller 1.7 ounce, and I've had 3 of these. This is like my all-time favorite when it comes to fall. When it's fall time, this is what I'm going to be wearing. Fall and winter time, I could wear the ombre leather. Spring and summertime only, I do the Electric Cherry. So it depends on the season, of course. But it smells so good. It smells so good. And you know what? When I first smell it, I must say, and this might sound crazy, but certain scents take you to certain places. But when I first smell it, it makes me think of a man. Okay? Go here with me in your imagination. It smells like a man that has his crap together. What do I mean by that? I mean that he has a great career. He smells like a businessman. He's white collar. It's a white collar man. He drives a very nice vehicle. He's well put together. Like he keeps his hair cut on a regular, it's not like, oh, I need a haircut. No, he already has it scheduled to get his haircut either every week and a half or every 2 weeks, just so that he's always on point. His facial hair is on point. He's not clean cut. He doesn't have all of his hair cut off. He has facial hair and it's on point. Do you understand me? To be casual, he'll take off his jacket, but he always wears a suit. I love it. When he speaks like he's educated. He's respectful. He opens the door for women. He holds the door for you. He doesn't just keep doing things, worrying about himself only. He thinks about the people around him. He's a leader. I'm telling you, that's what it smells like. I almost tried to throw this on my husband one day, but I like to let him do whatever he want to do. I want to upset him. But I love the fact that it has these little details. See a T on this side for Tom, and then an F on this side for Ford. Of course, you have the TF on the top because that's just what it is. The sprayer is wonderful. All of the bottles spray nicely. Look, there's not even that much left in there. You see it? I don't know if you can see that good, but the juice is running low. That's okay. I have another one. I have the 1.7 ounce upstairs, so we're good. But I like this, and I tend to layer this one. Now, when I was wearing, what's the one that I got rid of or used up really fast? Lost cherry. I layered lost cherry with this one, and the two smelled good together. I also layered this one with another scent, and it was a feminine scent. I'm trying to remember what it was. I'll put a picture here if I remember what it was, because I no longer have it. I use all of that as well. But I put the two together because I wasn't crazy about that scent. But again, I don't believe in wasting my money, so I'm going to get my money's worth. I'm going to use it. Okay. But I went off and bought this scent that I wasn't crazy about. And then so I layered it with Noir Extreme, and together I thought it was really nice. And so I enjoyed those two together. But that's Noir Extreme. And for the notes, the top notes is cardamom, nutmeg, saffron, mandarin orange, and neroli. The middle notes is poofy, rose, mystique or lentisque, orange blossom, and jasmine. The base notes is vanilla, amber, woody notes, and sandalwood. And on the Macy's website, it is on sale. The 3.3 ounce is on sale for $204, and the 1.7 ounce is on sale for $140.25. And then after that, the next fragrance that I purchased was Tobacco Vanilli. Tobacco Vanilli. Yes, yes, yes. This is what the lid looks like. It says Tom Ford on it. This is what it looks like on the front. And I actually purchased this for my husband. He wanted it for his birthday as one of the gifts. And so I went ahead and purchased it for him. This is the 100 ml, and I have been using it too. But I don't do it all by itself because it does air so masculine. I mean, and it also has a tobacco scent, but I personally like earthy scents as well. So the tobacco does not turn me off. And then because of the vanilla that's inside of it, it gives a sweetness, and it makes it so that it's palatable even for a female. But I couldn't find myself just wearing it all by itself. So I would take this and I would layer it with a more feminine scent that I do have some feminine scents, it's just not my favorites. I would just layer it with some feminine scent, and those two work together. I almost can't smell it as well. Let me spray this one. There it is. I like it. I like it. When he said that he liked this scent and he wanted it, I was like, oh yeah, bet. Most of the candles in my house is tobacco vanilla. Throughout my house, I have tobacco vanilla candles everywhere. Different types of brands, different sizes, different color jars, but it's what I always find myself reaching for my home, because again, I'm not crazy about flowers or should I say florals and gourmands. I like more so, I mean, I guess vanilla is a gourmand, but I like more so serious scents like this. So this is a scent that I absolutely love. But my husband mainly wears this, but I will reach for it whenever I feel like it. But that's the fourth one. And then for the notes, the top notes, we have tobacco leaf and spicy notes. And then for the middle notes, we have vanilla, cacao, tonka bean, tobacco blossom. And for the base notes, we have dried fruits and woody notes. And if we head on over to the Macy's website, we can see that it is on sale right now. For the 8.4 ounce is $756.50. And then if you go for the 3.4 ounce, you're going to be paying $378.25. And if you do the 1.7 ounce, it's $255. And if you do the 1 ounce, it's $165.75. And if you do the travel, it is $63.75. And then last but not least, you have Tom Ford's Black Orchid. Now, this is a beast. Do you understand? This is a beast. I have no idea where the lid is. So whatever. It has this little detail where it hangs down, and on the front of it, it has TF for Tom Ford. Yeah, there you go. You can see it. And then this is what the front looks like. It's all beat up. I've had it for some time now. And this is the 50 ml, which is 1.7 ounces. This is strong. Do you understand me? A little bit goes a long way. And if you wear this, everybody's going to know you're there. Okay? For some people, they can find it a little bit off-putting and offensive because it is so bam, right into your face. But I liked it. I mean, if you're looking at, okay, look at it from this point of view. The Devil Wears Prada. Remember that movie? And remember how mean the boss was? I'm telling you, this is it. While she is mean, don't focus on the mean part. She's successful. Do you understand what I'm saying? She is running things. That's what this is. And I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. But I have to use it sparingly. I have a lot in this bottle because it's beat up because it sits out the drawer with other things. But I have a lot in this bottle because I have to use it sparingly. A little goes a long way, and then I have to be careful as to where I choose to wear it. Just to go over the notes that are found in this bottle, you're going to find truffle, gardenia, blackcurrant, ylang-ylang, jasmine, bergamot, mandarin orange, and Amalfi lemon. In the middle notes, you're going to find orchid, spices, again, gardenia, fruity notes, again, ylang-ylang, jasmine, and lotus. And then on the base notes, you're going to find Mexican chocolate, patchouli, vanilla, incense, amber, sandalwood, and vetiver. And if we make our way on over to the Macy's website, you can see that, again, it is on sale. And if you go for the 5.10 ounce, it is $238 with the coupon code FALL. And if you go for the 3.40 ounce, it's $204. The 1.70 ounce is $140.25. And the travel is $46.75. I actually have 6 fragrances. Sorry about that. I missed one. And last but not least, I have vetiver, gray vetiver. Now, this is a man scent for sure. There's not even much left in there. Look how little bit of juice there is. This is my official work scent. Whenever I'm going to work, this is what I wear. This is the 1.7 ounce bottle. Yes. Again, when I first smelled it, I said, "Ooh, that smells good." And the person that was working at the counter said, "That's more so of a man scent." I said, "Yes, but I like it." But she didn't try to turn me off. She said, "Well, you know, it goes along with your body chemistry, so you never know, it might work on you." And so I went ahead and sprayed myself with it. With all of these fragrances, I wore them before I bought them. And what I mean by that is I found a place on my upper arm, and I sprayed it here. And then I also sprayed underneath here, and I sprayed on top here. So there are 3 sprays that I do. And I do that because I want to be able to wash my hands, and I want to see how many times do I wash my hands before I can no longer smell it. I also put it here because this is just natural. I think it's just a place that we normally put perfume, but it allowed me to continue to smell without messing it up from washing my hands, and then being able to see what that dry down smell like. Because again, you have top notes, middle notes, and base notes. And so when you first smell it, you get a certain scent, but then you let it dry down some, and then you get something different. And then by the end of the night, you have those base notes that are really shining through now. And then with the one coming here, I knew that if all else failed here, I would still smell it here. And the funny thing of it all, guys, is that when I put on this fragrance, actually any of the fragrances that have these little top hats that look like graduation, whenever I tried any of them in store, they last until the next day. You take a shower and everything, you still won't smell it. Now, it's not going to be as boom in your face as it was when you first put it on, but it becomes a skin scent, and it really gets down on inside of your skin, and where you can still smell it by the next day. It's amazing. I sprayed that tobacco vanilla. So now I get to smell it on myself. But back to this gray vetiver. The lady told me to go ahead and give it a try anyway, which I was going to do because, I do what I want to do. But I sprayed it on myself. I allowed the rest of the day to play out, see what that dry down smell like. And every time I went to smell, I found myself rolling my eyes like, And so I knew I had to have it. And so I went back and I was able to purchase the 50 ml. And again, this is what I always wear when I work. And then whenever I'm at work, people smell me and say, you smell good. Like whenever I go by, it's like one of those like, oh, it's not one of those like, golly, it's not that. And I wouldn't say that this is one of the most popular scents of Tom Ford, but it is a scent that will get someone's attention. It'll pick up in the nose and say, "Ooh, I like that. What's that? What are you wearing?" And I find that a lot of men like it when I wear it. And women too, but more so men. And it is more so a masculine scent. I wouldn't say that this is more so for food. This is the working man. This is the working man. When I was trying to explain to you who this guy is, he's a man. This is a man too. I can't see him wearing this at nighttime, when he goes out, but at work in the office, absolutely. And that's where I wear it. I wear it when I work. Let's go over the notes. Again, this is the EDP, and the top note is grapefruit, orange blossom, and sage. The middle notes is nutmeg, orris root, and pimento. And then the base notes is vetiver. Woody notes, oak moss, and amber. And if we head on over to the Macy's website, again, everything's 15% off for Tom Ford. And so if you go for the 3.4 ounce, it's $204. And if you go for the 1.70 ounce, it is $140.25. I'm telling you guys, these fragrances are nice. But it really depends on, your preference. I think that your fragrance should reflect your personality, the things you like, the way you want to be perceived. Just like how you go out the house wearing certain clothes, you're going to be perceived a certain way. The way you carry yourself. Well, fragrances does it as well. So out of these 6 fragrances, I believe that they scream crystal. And so that is why I wear these fragrances. Now, some of these things you might not like. Some of these things you may say, ooh, this is good. And again, I layer a lot of these fragrances as well. So you can feel free to do the same. You might not want to wear it all by itself. You might want to wear it with something else. But that's totally up to you. But this is my collection of Tom Ford fragrances. Again, we're dealing with Electric Cherry, Ombre Leather, Noir Extreme, Black Orchid, Gray Vetiver, and Tobacco Vanilla. Those are my fragrances from Tom Ford. Have you guys tried any of these fragrances? Do you like them? And again, they are unisex fragrances. A couple of them really lean masculine, and I would say that's the Gray Vetiver and the Tobacco Vanilla, but all the rest are unisex. And even if they say that these two are unisex fragrances, I'm going to go and say Gray Vetiver, Tobacco Vanilla, these are masculine. These are for men. But I don't mind smelling like a man because I think that men smell good, so I like it. But have you guys tried any of these? Would you be interested in trying any of them? You can find them at your local Macy's, Nordstrom, Lord & Taylor. You can also find them at Saks and Neiman Marcus. And then, of course, there are some websites that also sell fragrances. I haven't had the best luck. I think I used them one time and I think I got burnt because one of the fragrances that I had purchased was like a dupe. You can tell because it didn't even smell. It was a fragrance that I had already had before. And so the juice still was in the same color. And then also it didn't smell the same. Like it smelled similar, but not the same. And I said, this is a dupe. For sure. And so personally, I don't mess with the websites that sell fragrances. That's not to say that it's going to happen for you. If you go straight to the Tom Ford website, you're going to get the real thing. But I like to have it right then and there. So I tend to like to go into the store. So feel free to check out any one of those places to see if whether or not Tom Ford is a house that you would like to add to your collection. I do thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I also ask that you turn on the bell notifications so that you will be made aware whenever I post a new video. And then I also ask that you hit the like button as well as leave a comment below as to what your favorite fragrance is with Tom Ford, if you wear it. If not, hopefully you'll give it a try. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.